This podcast contains adults using adult language. You have been warned.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
So, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, for the last time, for the very second time,
For the middle time.
for the middle time, where we left off, the team Xenagogue was exploring the meenlock hive, doing so very stealthily. And then Hugon got bored and wandered into a giant hole.
Hold on. Let's hang on now, sir. I saw that map. That hallway's at least like 40 feet long. Like, we're in that one chamber, right? North of the big chamber, right?
You are there.
Right. And
You are going that way.
I'm aware of that.
That's 15 feet.
Okay, so those are to scale.
Each square is 5 feet.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Now I know. So
Too late.
I've gotten like 2 feet away from the party then before all this bullshit happens. To be fair, I regret nothing.
Yeah, but there was also the part where you yelled, "Fuck this."
Okay, we rolled a 1 and a 9 respectively.
I
They
know.
were not going to.
Yeah.
They're coming.
So,
I'm going to assume that we don't get surprise attack.
no. Roll for initiative.
Good.
I have a request. I didn't get a chance to do this, but I should have probably said I wanted to do it during their last encounter. I would have shillelied.
Okay.
Can I just say that I have been keeping it up the entire time? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So we got that, and then
Bob wants to say something. Hang on.
After he
Okay. Okay. Well, while we're waiting for Bob here,
How long does Shillelagh last?
Oh, crap. I gotta keep looking at that because I don't have that written down.
Cast it in the fight upstairs.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot about that. It lasts a minute, but since this is a cantrip, I basically have to shillelagh every one, like once a minute.
every now and again, you just hear him go "Shillelagh." All right. So, what are the other roles here we have for the initiative?
Thunuk is at 9.
Okay.
And you are retired for the evening because you roll like garbage.
Because you suck. What else do we have?
1.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Wow.
No.
That makes my initiative 5.
So
5 and in another room.
Oh, wait. I forgot. What am I supposed to add? I forgot. Where's my...
You had your D20 and your
Dex.
So Hugon and Dren is what we're waiting for here.
I got a 7 then.
I
Wow.
have a 20 total.
Wow.
Nice.
Well,
Very nice.
this kind of works out, I guess. So, all right. So let's adjudicate this real quick. So the question is, where is Razi in all of this? So
He's
the
always
question.
with me.
So had you already gone down the hallway, or are you still in that room that I had shown you guys on the map here? And Korben has not shut Razi off yet.
So how that I perceive that to happen is that you called for stealth checks from all
Yeah.
of us. They
Mhm.
happened simultaneously, meaning the success and the 2 failures happened simultaneously before anybody moved.
Okay.
So before
So-
Dren's approach toward.
So Razi is
Korben.
still lit. So you're
Razi's
still
still-
able to see
Mhm.
somewhat into this dimly lit room.
Mhm.
Well, you've got yourself when you Hugon, when you come into this room, you march in with purpose, with your flail, right?
Mhm.
And you see the 4 meenlocks there, and they've obviously heard you,
Wow.
and they've
Hold on a minute.
yeah.
Mhm.
we are all calling for success or failure at the same time,
Mhm.
he doesn't have to move off because him saying fuck that and getting ready to is part of his turn.
Right, that was
If
the
we
break
are
stealth
starting-
condition.
If we are breaking stealth on deck, so he wouldn't be in that room yet.
Well, the question is are you moving into that room?
I think the stealth would have been broken upon me angrily shouting "fuck that," and then
I'm good
we
for
rolled
whatever,
initiative, and then our Thunuk also.
I'm in
loudly
another
pro-
room, so I can't do anything about it.
Right,
Let's
that's
put it
true.
that way. Thunuk and the druid and Razi and Clues, on the other hand, are in the same room.
So the question becomes, Hugon, are you proceeding into this room?
Probably.
Where's Hugon? That way for me, or that way?
Okay.
Or
We're in the
this way?
same room.
So you're moving south into the main room with the meenlocks. They've all started to rise from that crouched position and are, looking in your direction because they've heard,
Mhm.
they've heard obscenities and it hurt
Yeah.
their virgin ears.
Good.
I
I hate them. What I will do is I will stop at the mouth of this entrance
Mm-hmm.
and deploy the flail shield.
Ah. Okay. So you slam it down on the ground
Mhm.
in the way that you've learned how to do, and it deploys into this now shield. And I forget, did I give you like how wide the shield was? I forget.
You did
'cause it was-
not.
it was
I didn't
several-
get dimensions. I thought it was like a tower shield a bit.
It's gonna be probably it's gonna be wide enough for you to hide behind. Yeah, so you could crouch behind it, or
Mhm.
Dren could stand behind it.
I'm not gonna lie, I always saw it as like a waist-high barrier from.
Yeah.
Yeah, something similar to that. Yeah,
It's like a Rainbow Six deployable bear.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like that, where it kind of unfolds and so for you it's about waist high. So to get total cover, you would need to get crouched down behind it. It's gonna protect Thunuk's shins
That's fine. Thunuk's going to be behind me, I imagine.
because shins are very sensitive.
Yes, they
I
are.
don't care what species or race you are. Shins are sensitive.
Very,
So-
very. That is very, very mean.
Well,
Like
Well,
one tea. Can't tell them that a one tea that their shins are.
are you upset if you upset? Or do you get upset if you upset a Yuan-Ti?
Yeah, they're people too. Ryan.
Some of them used to be.
Hey, I'm no longer the racist here.
Hey, we're not going that far.
So as you deploy this, you can see now into this room that is about 35 feet across, kind of like, again, roundish type nodule looking room. And here you see the two wizards are kind of like entwined in these they're entwined like in roots, like almost like they're captured in these twisted dark roots from trees that are obviously not growing above ground. But the meenlocks are now going to attempt to come after.
Okay. So, what kind of action is it to slam down the flail shield?
That is a really good question.
Don't you wish you had like 3 months to out and send?
Well, it was about the last time we talked about it.
It's okay.
I think I killed the kid.
And
That feels
So
like a
it's-
bonus action.
yeah, it'd probably be a bonus action to deploy that. We'll do that. We'll now make that is now canon. It is now a bonus action.
Now
to
bonus action to deploy the flail shield, which
Yeah.
lays on the ground, like the chain and the handle are just
Yeah.
kind of dangled off behind the shield.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Um,
And it's going to be probably about 3.5, 4 feet wide. So it's not enough to take up the entire hallway entrance here, but it's going to provide you with. It's going to make it. They're not going to be able to cross it, without pretty much using an action to get across that.
right. Okay. So bonus action to deploy flail shield,
Mm-hmm.
or I need to think of a cool name for it, but flail shield for now.
For now.
And then I guess a move action to wield and prepare my halberd.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to attack if you were going to draw it because the halberd is on your back, so that would be your action.
That'd be my action to be prepared.
Right.
Behind the flail shield and basically just shout, "Bring it!"
I'm just trying to imagine the sound that this thing makes when it deploys. Just like almost like a cast iron door slamming shut. Just you know, as it just deploys. So now the meenlocks are going to move in on your position here, and they are going to attempt to attack you over it.
Okay, so as soon as one of them approaches within my reach with the halberd, I would like to attack it.
10 feet.
10 feet, yes.
Okay.
So the first one to get...
And that's your reaction, correct?
Yes, that is my reaction.
Okay. And here's the thing. While you're in half cover, which this would be considered half cover because it doesn't say which half, but it's about half cover. Well, no, think about it. If your bottom half is covered, it means you are able to better calculate that the attacks are only going to be here, so you're more likely to be able to block it. So that gives you actually a +2 to your AC.
Oh, delightful.
And your dex saving throws against attacks and effects that originate on the opposite side of the cover.
Fantastic.
So
I have deployable cover. This is amazing.
I literally up to you.
And I haven't yet. I'm still alive.
Uh-huh.
And you're far away. You can't see what's happening.
No, but I can hear it.
You probably can.
You hear the thing
like
deploy.
Everything else in this hive.
Oh God.
You could hear this thing deploy, and it's kind of like.
All right, so I am rolling my.
Fuck 'em.
So you're So I guess you're just gonna do a reaction attack here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and what did you roll? What are you rolling?
That brings me to a 15 to hit.
That would hit.
Okay. And then D10, and I've already used my bonus action.
Yep.
Actually, let me do something cool real quick. I'm going to use a maneuver.
Ooh.
A maneuver.
No, not really. Because there's no one nearby me.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't because it's a reaction attack.
This is just a reaction. Yeah, I think you can only react with just the attack. You can't use.
That would be
maneuver,
really cool.
It's more of a gesture.
Yeah. So I am using Great Weapon Master to re-roll this one. And I rolled max damage.
Ooh. So what does that get him?
13 points of damage to the face.
To the face. All right, so minus 13.
With a halberd. Point.
Point.
Oh, hi. Thwack.
Hang on, I'm doing math here, and math is hard.
I like to
okay.
think the sound of the halberd is whack as a.
Scientific progress goes boink.
Yep.
Yeah.
13 boink damage.
He does 13 boop damage.
It's a stabby boop.
It's a boop. All right, so that one as it comes in, just kind of like, if you remember, like in Braveheart, as they're running into the spears, and they just sort of run face first in and just drives
he
it.
He runs in and I drive him.
So, but it does not stop his momentum enough that they can't all attempt to put some attacks in here. So they're all going to go after here. So, 14.
Miss.
Okay. Oh, no, that hit. That misses. Okay. Oh, trash.
They have reach.
I'm standing directly behind the shield.
Yeah, they're 5 foot reach.
Yeah, which is just melee.
Yeah.
Which means if he stood in a 5 foot corridor, there are 3 squares in front of him, so only 3 of them can be in melee with him at any one point.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
He's standing in the mouth of the corridor.
Right.
So, well, they all miss. They all try to kind of clamber over, and they're not able to get past you there. So that is their turn. Thunuk.
This is why a good tactician would have stepped 1 step back from the end of the corridor.
Yeah, but I didn't want to give them cover. That's the thing. I wasn't sure if me being far away from the shield would have allowed them to...
No, you deploy the shield 5 foot back is what.
Ah.
And only one of them can.
It's true.
All right, so they have already closed the distance.
Yes, they have.
Yes.
Okay, so that is not a thing I'm going to be concerned with. All right, so Thunuk is going to say a small prayer.
Okay.
And I got to sit down and write an actual prayer for this one, but it's the guiding bolt. So
Yeah, railgun cleric.
he puts his hand like he's holding a small bird in his hand on his finger up to his mouth and starts whispering his prayer. And as it glows, it forms a small hummingbird with the ridiculously sharp beak and jets out.
All I can see when you talk about holding up like a bird is Bastion. Watch. And I now have the image of Thunuk transforming into a turret.
I really got to sit down and play that too. I haven't played that yet.
So what's the mechanic on this?
All right, so this is a
consider-
spell attack.
Is it considered like a ranged attack situation?
Yes.
Okay.
It is with a range of 120 feet.
Oh, they're definitely within range.
And if he hits, next target to attack them gets attacks.
Ooh.
Guiding bolt is beardy.
I didn't realize that, so I'm going to go for the one that's not wounded.
Okay.
So,
well, we'll say that one got hung up on his because there's only 3 that attacked, so that was the one that got hung up on the halberd on its way in. The other 3 came in, so it's either one of the 3 in the front there. You can.
Okay. It's been 3 months since I rolled a spell attack.
Roll.
So I'm guessing this is a ranged attack, correct?
Yes.
So this would be
Spell proficiency.
Which is your
Plus-
casting modifier plus your proficiency bonus. So
Okay.
cast with wisdom, so it's wisdom plus 2, I think. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Currently proficiency bonus 2.
17.
Nice.
that will hit.
All right, and here's where
That cut.
here's where the bigger math comes in. 46 time
Whoa.
of radiant damage. There's 5 and a 2 makes 7. And a 1 and a 5, 7, 13.
Oh my God.
You hear a
Yeah. So what does this look like now? So you say this prayer, the hummingbird forms, and you send it out.
Basically, as I finish the prayer, like it glows a little hotter,
Mm-hmm.
and then shoots out, and it's like little sparks of hummingbird like colored.
it makes
sparks
a
come
whip
flying.
crack sound like a railgun, like the Gauss rifle from Halo.
I think it's more like a. Have you heard hummingbirds?
Yeah.
Now imagine if that were more like electricals, like.
Oh, I like it. And so you catch
It
one.
almost, and that to me almost sounds like Tony Stark's like.
Oh
palm laser.
yes, his repulsors.
Like that high pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like from the first movie where he's like, "Whoop." Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So you catch this one. You catch the one in the middle, just directly in the chest, and just the hummingbird just finds its mark, and just burrows its way into its dark black heart.
Nice. Still alive though.
Still alive.
Okay.
And
Yeah. And
cantrips.
now that means that you anyone in the next. It's only the next person to attack. It gets advantage.
Yes.
It's an attack roll. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Oh no, this is an action. This is not a bonus action. Never mind.
Okay.
I was going to use Sacred Flame, which is a cantrip, instantaneous, but it is an action, not a bonus action.
Okay. So, Drenmai.
So how many of them are there like still all together?
Yeah, there's the 4 of them right there. The one that kind of caught his face on Hugon's pole arm there, his halberd. You have the one that just took a hummingbird to the chest, and then you've got the other 2 who are looking quite hale and hearty at the moment.
Let's see. If I'm right in there, they're probably what, like 20 feet from me or so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And a big old giant in the way.
But you can maneuver.
Oh,
So
right.
it's
Yeah,
halflings
I
could actually be in the same space. Like she could be in the same space as
I can
Thunuk.
be
I
under
keep
him.
forgetting.
He's
I keep.
not
Yeah.
a halfling.
A gnome.
gnome.
I'm sorry, no. Even
I'm
smaller.
still tiny. Yeah, I'm still tiny. I'm 3'2".
Small
Tall for
hands.
my- for
Smells
my
like cabbage.
Oh God.
Ugh. Uh,
Oh, Jesus.
I'm entirely annoyed at this entire situation because I thought we had like a more strategic thing going on.
This is
So
strategic.
I kind of just
Exasperation.
wanna, this is when you see frustration and take her staff and punch it into the ground. And I'm gonna cast Shatter
Ooh.
right in the middle of where all of those meenlocks are.
Okay.
So basically,
Don't hit
a-
the mages.
it's what they're not right there.
What's the range on it?
15-foot room.
What's the range on Shatter? Is it?
It's a 10 foot. It's a 10 foot. So it's only.
Oh yeah,
going
you'd be
right for
fine.
those
Yeah,
guys.
you'd be fine. Yeah.
Nah, it's right in the middle, 10-foot radius, and it's a really loud boom, and they're gonna take some thunder damage, and it's a Constitution saving throw on them.
Okay. So what's the number they need to hit?
They need. Let's see. What's my con's what? 14 plus 2.
It would be if you're a sorcerer, you're casting off.
I'm looking.
It's 8 plus your con modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Con or
Saving.
charisma?
Huh?
Saving throw. 8 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be 8 plus con is 4
Well, no, is that what they?
plus
It's
No.
charisma.
12.
Why don't you just
Charisma.
con your sorceries?
Okay, so that's only 1. 9, 11, so 11.
11. Okay. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Hang on. I got. That's
Okay.
2.
4 of them.
Ooh, All right. So one of them is able to make their saving throw, but
okay, well, he's still going to take half.
So he's going to take. So what's the total damage we're talking about right now?
And we are going to go 3. They are going to take the 3 are going to take 12, and then the one's going to take 6.
Ooh. Okay. So 12, you say?
Yes. It's all 3 of them, and
And
then 6 for
then-
the one.
Okay.
So it's just boom. Shatter.
Yeah. The 2 of them are not looking. They're looking like they have some pre-existing conditions now. They are not looking healthy at all, and you actually can see like some cracks in their carapace now.
Okay.
But one of them is kind of able to shrug it off. There's like a little shake of the head, but he's still got the claws are still active. Korben.
Okay, so.
Don't forget, you can still spider climb.
Oh, I'm well aware.
I gave you cool powers.
Once I determined that safe, I had gotten on.
So the floor is not lava?
Correct.
Or is not
But
lava.
the floor is lava, because what is
Yeah,
lava
for him
if
it's
not
lava.
rock?
Just very cool rock.
So I'm imagining that there's this. I'm imagining it as if it's a TV show, right? And there's all this kerfuffle. Oh,
We have a crashed
Yeah, Brian's
DM.
comp crashed. I don't know if he can still hear us though.
if he
No, he
blue
says-
screen,
He blue screened.
Oh,
He's
no,
gone.
He'll be back shortly.
Well, let's all entertain. Ready, Jesus.
which means
When you said the floor was like lava but cool, I had like this image of lava going, hey.
Hey.
Fonzie lava.
Yeah, Fonzie lava.
Fonzie lava.
Lava elemental comes into a bar, knocks on the jukebox. Jukebox starts playing whatever music.
Burst into flames.
Oh god, and that as well. Yep.
I saw you come. Poor Brian. I saw you put it. Do I come up with ridiculously convoluted names for my inventions? Of course. Trust me, I have so many thoughts going through my head about future plans for a certain person's armor.
I've got a plan that
Oh boy.
has planned them. They're my
I
plans.
has planned.
I have planned them.
I have a plan.
I have a
It's just so long as I don't steal the sword.
The halberd.
no one
The
has.
halberd. No. Hugon's.
Yeah, you don't take that.
I'm not allowed to take it.
And like, I like if you ask him to like, hey, can I work on this? He might say yes, but you don't just get to take it.
An up guiding bolt damage.
I
Really?
can.
Huh?
That I can. By 1d6 per level. But I up it.
So a third level one is 6d6 damage.
No, it would be. Yes, you're right, because it's already 4d6. Dang.
I math.
You do math. You math good.
Actually, I mathematics. Maths, as we say. Because there's an S in it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I want to get to my next. I want my next level. That's what I really want to get to.
Just got this level.
You greedy woman.
I know. I'm just excited.
Why is she
for the
gonna
next
be a
one. Like,
woman?
I was just a. I don't know what to say. I'm Hugon. I don't have words.
did you just assume my gender?
Did you assume gender?
I did.
2018?
I did.
Tisk.
That happened.
Can I tell you how hard Korben is considering just living?
Probably as hard as he does
Probably
on every
No,
Tuesday.
no. Just really just leaving. Because we went from stealth to fuck it, thunderbolts underground. Won't alert any new.
Hey, it happens. The dice determined it.
That's what happens.
No,
when you roll
no.
a
The dice
one.
did not determine clues casting shatter underground.
Okay, now that's true.
That's a good
Hey.
point.
That is only affects in that 10-foot radius.
No, that
Yeah, but it's
sound
loud.
is going to echo.
I am just glad
No,
that
make that sound deadening moss.
I'm
That's-
just
I
glad
mean-
that Brian didn't decide that if we had to see if a place is going to cave in.
Don't remind him when he comes back,
Oh no, I'm not going to.
Unless he's watching.
unless he's
What-
watching.
His computer crashed.
He's
And he has a-
hosting-
Hey, there he is.
He was
Okay,
hosting
everyone, be good.
Discord. He has a phone.
That's a good point. Good point.
And our
Hey,
DM
Blue
Now
Man.
we got to wait for him to white balance properly.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm a little blue. Just like my screen just was.
Da.
And now I've got to rebalance where everyone is in the fucking
Sorry.
overlay. Again!
Again.
So if someone from Twitch happens to be watching this, here's an amazing idea. Amazon, which is your parent affiliate, whatever, owns a chat system. Why don't you use that and give people the ability to lock positions on screen?
That would be neat.
That'd be
That'd be
fantastic.
cool.
Just an idea. Run with it. It's all yours.
Oh, man. Just waiting for us to get rebalanced here, so I apologize for that. But it would not be a Team X game unless there was some form of technological leprosy that infected our game.
Dun dun dun.
Everything else was running perfectly, and then no, computer crash and burn.
Alright, we're good.
Okay, so Korben, it was your turn.
It was.
What's the plan?
So I was revealing to these folks while you were crashed
Yes.
that Corbin is considering just fucking off. I'm imagining it like a TV show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where there's this huge kerfuffle, and the camera pulls back into the room, and then down the other corridor, close in on Corbin, and he's sitting there. He looks to one side, and like a thought bubble comes off, and he can literally see the fight in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other side, the thought bubble comes up, and it's just him walking out and enjoying the rest of his life. And then he just looks at the camera and goes,
I feel so oppressed. I'm oppressed.
and he jumps back on the ceiling,
Yeah.
and he starts skittering through to the other room.
Okay. So let's see. So you were right about there. So and you can. What's your rate of movement?
25 feet.
10, 20. So that'll get you back. We'll say that'll get you back into that little nodule room that everyone where you were before. So now you're in line of sight of the corridor there.
And how far away is scumbag?
Oh, let's see. So you're probably about there. So 10, 20, probably about 30 feet. 25 feet.
Right, I'm gonna lob a batarang at him.
Okay.
Wait. Shuriken.
Dwarferang.
Dwarferang.
Literally, it's the stats of a hand axe.
Yeah.
So, I'm imagining they're just these large hunks of sharpened metal.
Yeah. A spike that you're like, I think I can throw this.
Which one looks them? Oh, it's like
Yeah,
Probably the one glowing white.
Yeah, the one that took the hummingbird to the chest.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
When did Druid Boy act?
Right before Dren. Oh no, he hasn't acted yet. Even with the one, you outrolled him.
Wow.
Well, with your adjusted, because you had a 5, he had a 4. So.
Oh. Ah, suck it, Drew.
Suck it, Drew boy.
Even with a natural 1, I beat you.
You're a trash druid. You
couldn't catch me with the verse, and you can't beat me in dice. All right. Question. Act before.
After.
Acted first.
I acted first. Yes.
I'm gonna target one.
Okay.
Hopefully that means.
It's true.
Ooh.
Ugh. Oh no.
Oh.
Womp womp.
Oh.
Nice.
Womp womp.
Womp womp womp. 2.
There is a 2 in it.
The angle
I know.
was 2.
There are in fact 10 2s in it.
There are 10 such 2s.
Now, your rule in Brian, you want me to roll 2d6, you want me to roll 1d6 and double it?
1d6 and double.
Are you sure?
Yep.
F it.
YOLO?
16 points of damage.
Okay.
Nice.
So are you going for the most? The
No,
most.
I'm going for one that isn't. Or the one that's most damaged that isn't glowing.
Okay. So that would be the one that
Got boinked.
got booped on the nose.
Yes.
So you land this in the gaping hole that was already there. So it's almost like Hugon loosened the pickle jar for you, and you're able to get it off the rest of the way. You know.
Phrasing?
So
Phrasing.
maybe.
I just want an excuse to.
So anyways, so that one drops what dark life was in its eyes is there no more.
There's just
And it
this
drops.
this intense sounds like. as this thing just flies from the ceiling, just like over Thunuk's shoulder, what little there is.
And so the
Swear to me. What?
anyway. So now Tobin is going to. He's drawn a bow and he's going to take a shot over everyone's shoulder here and try to land another one here. So
I kind of hope he continues his track of failure and shoots Hugon in the back.
He rolls a 1.
no,
I'm killing him.
No. This thing sails, right over.
Dun.
And let's see.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
So he lands one right in the maw of one of them.
Is he smart enough to not attack the one that's glowing?
Yeah, he attacked one of the other ones. Yeah, he just sent an arrow directly over. So now, Hugon.
Okay.
It is now up to you.
One of them has been slain. Is that correct?
2 of them have been slain.
2 of them have been slain.
Yeah, one from the shuriken to the face that landed in the gaping hole that you had left there when you booped him on the nose.
And then another from the arrow.
And then no, hang on. No, I'm sorry. That is the only one that has died. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong.
Well,
that's a different meenlock you guys killed.
I will.
But you've got one that's glowing. That's not looking. If he were at the ER, he would be the first one in line in a triage situation.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's glowing. That's kind of weird in an ER.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
It's a D&D.
Well, you combine that. So you combine the glowing along with
Mhm.
massive blood loss.
Right, of course.
If video games ever taught you anything, you always go for the glowing things.
Yes, right.
If this were a video game and we were seeing from his perspective, the outside of his screen would be.
Yes.
Yeah. It would be like pulsing too.
Yeah, you start to see veins creeping in.
Hear a heartbeat.
Okay, so I will attack the glowy creature.
Okay.
What?
Back on that.
You think?
Heavily damaged.
Mhm.
That's true. I was going to split the bonus attack up anyway, but that makes a good. That's a good point. I'm getting advantage on the bonus attack roll anyway. So I will attack the one that looks the most healthy.
Okay.
I've already given up. Tactic. Carry on.
I have a 17 to hit.
That would hit.
Okay.
Get booped.
Boop.
Yeah, how much booping damage do you do with that?
I do 8 points worth of boop damage, and
Okay.
I expend a superiority die.
Deploy the boop barrier.
So wait, minus, what was it you did?
I just did 8 points of damage, and I'm expending a superiority die to do distracting attack, which if I hit, I can apply distracting attack by expending a superiority die. I roll this d8. I add the damage, add the number that I rolled to the damage roll, and then the next attack roll against this target by an attacker other than me has advantage.
All right then.
And I do 5 more points of damage for 13 total against this creature.
Okay.
And then
Another
I spend
5.
my bonus action to smack the shit out of the glowy one. I have advantage on this roll.
Yes, you do.
Mhm.
I did check to make sure Polearm Master does not say you have to attack the same creature that you did hit with the bonus action attack. So that's kosher.
Yep.
I have a, let me think here. I have a 14 on this roll.
No,
No? Okay.
it is not enough. Is that with your advantage?
That is with advantage. Unfortunate, but fair enough.
Okay, so you did 12 booping damage.
13 total booping.
13 to, okay, so all right. So now it is that now your turn?
I have spent my attack action. I have expended a maneuver. I have used my bonus action. I have no move. I will crouch behind this shield as my move action and give people a clear line to the next target.
Okay. So we've got the 3 meenlocks left here. And so the first one now is going to well, actually they won't be able to really attack you. They'd have to they might be able to reach over. So they're going to try to attack, but with extreme disadvantage. No, that's not going to hit. So because you're crouched behind this barrier now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they can kind of try to reach around. That one misses.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that one hits. That one's able to reach around and get you behind the barrier.
Okay. 18 total? Yeah. Okay, good.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Clue said Razi's her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a
Mm-hmm.
target them. I seem to remember light having some effect on these things.
Ah.
That is a very good.
Yeah, bright light would put them at a disadvantage. Right. So the one hits. We'll take that 20 away.
Asshole. Because I mentioned that when he rolled a 20.
Mm-hmm.
You took away his only success for the night.
No.
The only success.
No. Oh, he says no.
Well, no. There's still another hit on here.
Okay.
But and it's also been noted.
Okay.
Bob. So, so that one does 2 points of damage. It's trying to get behind this barrier, so the claw comes around and just kind of like.
I think at this point, Hugon is just laughing at them.
Yeah, that's a scratch.
This is amusing to him.
That's a scratch. So that's the second one. The third one, disappears.
Oh, fun.
And reappears behind you, Thunuk.
What?
Cool.
Oh, nasty.
Waiting.
And that's Jack. And no. And okay. 17 to hit.
Thunuk? Armor class 16.
Yeah, you hit. Okay, so this one comes around behind you and does a grand total of 5 points of damage. 4 points of damage, excuse me.
Ouch.
4 or 5, 6 points of damage, excuse me. 6. So yeah, so he's able to step almost into like just disappears into the dim light, comes around behind you with a claw and like just clamps down on your leg with this shadow claw, this disgusting claw.
Is that the one that I hit for the advantage attack, or is that?
No, that one is still sitting there in front of you. Oh, yeah, no, that one is the one. You're correct. Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
That one behind Thunuk, if you turn around and try to kill it, you have advantage on your roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Thunuk, it is your turn.
What shall I do? This isn't the glowy one, is it?
It is.
It is.
No,
it is
not the one. Not the one that you made glow. The one that Hugon made glow.
Glow, as in like
with his maneuver.
Okay.
Advantage attacking it.
Mhm.
Yes. I am going to smack him with my shillelagh.
All right.
Okay.
You bonk it.
Can you describe how you swing it?
Sort of like with his wrist, like.
That's actually a very good point. How do I?
Bad shadow demon.
Bad.
So if you've seen,
Yeah. So I'm gonna hold, but basically he's gonna hold. Oh, it's not counted as a roll. He's gonna hold his staff like this, just like and spin around like he's trying to swat at a freaking wasp or something. It's like something bit me. And,
I'm just
no,
imagining the first episode of this new season of Luke Cage, when the guy comes at him with a gun, he just takes the gun away and just smacks him on the head. And
haven't actually seen any of that yet.
That's good.
Let me roll this real quick, and I'm gonna plug my headset in. Let's see.
You
have
have
advantage. You have advantage on
Oh,
this.
thank goodness, because that was an 8. I'm really glad for that advantage.
Yeah.
Bump, 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 bump.
It's been 20 after 20 after 20.
Ah. You guys must have like the Rosie Dinar karma going on right now.
Maybe. Don't jinx
Heck
it.
yeah.
All right, so that is double damage. Let's see what happens here.
All right.
Damage double.
So you just want me to roll the 1 die and then give you it twice?
Yep.
Okay. D8 plus 4. Max damage. So 24.
Jesus Christ.
I love it. I love it.
Wow.
I just rolled a D8. I got an 8, and then I get plus 4 for my strength modifier.
That would
And-
be 20.
12 times 2? Oh, wait, I'm not
No.
doubling the bonus. I'm sorry, you're correct. 20, not 24.
Even still.
That's
Um,
still like,
so
Still amazing.
So if you can imagine if you've ever done this, when you've hit like a greenhead and you're able to smack it in midair and it flies against the window and splatters against the window,
Mhm.
that's what this thing does against the wall when you hit it. Because you hit this thing and launch it to the opposite side of the room. It just
Explodes.
it's almost like stuck to the wall for a second from its own inner goop,
Mhm.
gluing it there.
Oh, gosh.
Amazing.
And just it is no longer a meenlock.
We like to call.
Chunky salsa.
It's more of a
Oh,
it's
playing
more of
Shadowrun.
I know.
So yeah, 'tis dead. Thunuk, is there anything else you needed to do on your turn?
I missed the number, but Hugon took some damage.
2.
Um,
I'm not concerned.
Yeah, you took a grand total of 6 damage when
I took that in the brothel.
and
right?
it's so when this thing had gotten you on the
Uh-huh.
on the leg. So it was exactly like your reaction said. It was like smacking a wayward fly
and
The head
well,
gone-
since-
that had gone too far above its station.
it actually went pretty high up its station. That was a bit of chunk for me. I'm going to heal myself for using my bonus action and healing
Okay.
word.
Okay.
Let's see, D4 plus spellcasting ability modifier, which is
Wisdom for you.
Wisdom plus 2. Oh wow, 9.
Nice.
Nice.
So that undid everything that the
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a shame you can't go over, but yeah.
So Dren.
Just out
gotta
of
be close
interest.
to dead.
A ton. Specifically, I have used a singular level 1, which means 3 level 1s left and 2 level 2s.
Way up.
Oh crap, that's right.
Did you? You used Shillelagh.
And he
I used
cure.
no, I used a cure.
Okay.
So I'm down by 3
That'd be 2 then.
by 3 first levels right now.
Okay.
You've got
So
2
I have
first
1
level.
first level and 2 second levels left. Thank you for reminding me of that one.
So
I'm just trying to
Dren.
keep track of what access to.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait. How many do we have left?
2.
2 left,
Dos.
and one of them's not so good.
One of them is neither one of them are great. I mean, you would either one of these would be the last one you'd pick for the kickball team. But there is one you would pick before the other one for said kickball team.
Okay. Well, then I am going to do magic missile, and 2 of them are going to go for the slightly ever so better guy,
Okay.
and he is going to get 10 points.
Is that auto, or
And
is
the
there any
other
kind of
one's
save on that?
It's auto.
I
Auto?
just create darts. It goes. There's no save.
Okay.
As you miss-
So
Yeah.
that takes 10. Okay, so that's
It's
10
that
points
good
on one,
missile.
you said, right?
Yeah, 10 to one and then 5 to the other.
Okay. Neither one of
I'm
these
just
guys.
sitting there.
Yes,
Hugh, Hugh, you're annoying me. Go away.
Well, they take these darts and more like little it's almost like a hose.
little beam, like little short, little pew.
That's right. These are the ones that
pew.
come out like really thin, like tendrils, right? Like almost
Yeah,
like a thread.
Little tiny shots.
So, and they shudder as each one of them hits, and like again, not a lot of damage to the carapace, but internally,
Lots of bad smells. too.
lots of like
Pinball syndrome.
it's like almost like you stuck like on one of those ninja blenders
Mm-hmm.
into their innards.
Good times.
Anything else that you would like to do with your turn here, Drenmai?
Can I use a bonus action to pout that they're not dead?
You could
Bonus action pout heard.
you could feel disappointed as a bonus action.
Yes. Okay. I feel disappointed. I will say that out loud. Disappointed.
Korben,
Okay. 2 left.
2 left.
Both looking very unhealthy.
Yeah,
Okay. Death from above.
like someone's probably about to start a telethon fundraiser for them.
Death from above.
Do it. Death from above. Do it.
Ease on them.
Whichever one looks healthier
Yeah.
is taking the primary attack.
Now, is this are you moving over to them and doing a Batman down and beating
Yeah.
the crap out of them? Okay.
Yeah, the idea being like I'll spider climb over the top
Yeah.
and I'll like draw out like my Kasurigamo
Yeah.
and drop an attack 1.
Okay.
Like drop behind it, attack 1, attack the other one. If
Right.
I don't need to.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
All right.
I understand what you're trying to do here.
I'll pick up what
I
am
see
putting-
Bruce Willis getting so much use out of this spell.
And the cool thing is
I
that
picked this
he could actually
for,
go
like,
hands free on
purpose.
this because his erection hasn't gone down from
Sure.
the previous room. So he's able to go hands free.
Oh man.
Can I use that as a bludgeoning attack?
No.
Like I just want to
Okay.
drop down. I want to drop down and just give it a mushroom-shaped tattoo on the way down.
Hammercock
God.
is not an
Not
attack.
doing-
It's like a soda can
my
in a
God.
sock. Wang.
Literally.
Yeah.
All right, so that is
I'm done. I'm
19 against
no more.
19 against its AC.
yes, a 19 would hit.
A mushroom shaped tattoo.
10 points of damage.
Okay. And then do you get like, another attack on top of that?
Well, this is the thing is I'm dropping down behind one of them,
Yeah.
and I've got the sickle with the chain on the end,
Yeah.
and I crack one in the back of the neck again.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still alive?
No.
Okay, I'm going to use the bonus attack on the other one.
Okay.
Bomb. Actually, what I'm going to do is I've got this sickle stuck in like the neck area of one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn it and make it headbutt its friend.
Amazing. Do it.
17. Nope. 19.
Yes, that hits.
8 points.
Yeah, so you basically turned this into somewhat of a Gallagher routine, where
Not so much bludgeoning going on.
there was you bludgeoned him to death with the other one.
Oh.
You can beat an alligator to death with another alligator. It's just generally not a good time.
You got to his Tootsie Roll center.
I'm gonna look at the others.
Yeah.
So it's like boom, boom, boom. I just look up at them. Ever see this again, you will know I just beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker. I will do this again.
Hugon takes up his flail and contracts the flail shield, which I have not yet named.
The boot barrier.
The boot barrier.
The boot
Yeah,
barrier.
that's pretty
Barrier. Boop.
good. Boom, boop, boop. Oh, over there. Boop. I don't know. I think that worked pretty well. Let's get these mages.
Yeah, where's the mages? Are they?
They're tied into the wall with these dark roots. But you can see they're both sweating. Well, as much as a dragonborn can sweat. So I guess he's more like frothing at the mouth.
They sweat like dogs.
Gross.
They have sweat glands.
I don't know. That's the only thing I could imagine. That's how it. I mean, unless they're cold-blooded, in which case,
they're.
He has to have a heating rock somewhere.
Dragons are.
Yeah.
I thought dragons were endotherms. I didn't know they were cold-blooded.
Well, they would have to be.
Dragons are magical cat-like reptiles.
Yeah, but if
Maybe-
we're basing
maybe
it
not
off
in
a
this-
reptile, then it would have to
I
be.
remember
Well, we could discuss the canon of how dragonborn
ectotherm or endotherm.
regulate.
Hey Google, do dragons have sweat glands?
Moving on because it's
Moving on, but yeah. So, but they're both looking kind of not necessarily physically worse for wear, but you can see they seem like they're panting heavily and like coming to again. Like you can see they're kind of coming back into focus on themselves, like someone who's recovering from whatever mental beating that they were just taking.
Are they still tied up in the roots?
Yes, yeah, they are still tied up in the roots, so you would need to cut them down. But it would not be difficult for anyone to do so. These were not like necessarily thick roots. It was like a lot of thin, like the thin tendril roots, not like thick, like oak roots, but it's more like the ones like when you pull a marigold out of the planter, you get how it's got that net of
The coil.
Yeah, down at the
Yeah.
bottom, and so kind of compact. That's kind of like what's like holding them in place at the moment.
Thunuk is going to use his ability to speak with plants and ask the roots to very kindly let them go.
The roots in their own way tell you to fuck off. These are not kind roots. These are not nice plants. And they do so using a word that in your own language would be considered extraordinarily rude.
like level 10 rudeness.
Wow.
Yeah, you've never heard roots talk to you with such a voice before.
That was just incredibly rude. I guess my friend here with the knife is going to take care of the rest. And I basically just sort of nod my head towards Hugon, and I'm in my mind, in Thunuk's mind, he's just like, clearly everyone has heard this interaction, and I mean, how else? This is just horrifying. This is so rude.
We see him talking to a wall of roots, and he just turns around. That was so rude.
These are the rudest roots ever.
Hugon's kind of holding a defensive position so that we can work without being attacked unawares
Okay.
by these.
I've got a dagger
and also
on
he's
me.
got a
I can go
halberd,
work on the roots.
and a halberd is not for fine work.
Oh.
It's for
Yeah.
macro cutting,
I've got a dagger. I can go
micro-cutting.
work on the roots.
Okay.
not detail.
You're able to make really short work. This is not difficult work. They're not fighting you or anything. They just,
They're
They're
just
rude.
very rude.
they're not only are they rude, but they have oppositional defiant disorder, so they just weren't going to do what you wanted them to do anyways.
Oh.
So. Yeah.
I'm going to turn to Tobin.
Yes. Not much more. I was able to make it as far as the chamber that you had reached previously. As best I can tell, that was where the other entrance was. where the woman had been taken down.
The place with asking the
Yeah.
the place with the other stonework.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where you had gotten, and you saw that there was the two pathways leading there, So there was, this was the room you had reached before all hell broke. And there's, you see, it's got two entrances there, two tunnels leading off of that. That's as far as he made it, and as
But
best
also, there's
Yeah.
some stonework.
that was in that room you reached. Yeah, that's the one. But that, yeah, that it doesn't look like it, like the. I keep on wanting to say meerkats. No, the meenlocks, not the meerkats. This would have been a very different encounter, a much sadder encounter.
Much quicker encounter.
Could have talked to meerkats.
Yeah, right. So, but no, so that was that was not what the meenlocks had dealt with. But he was saying, but by his reckoning, that room was getting closer to where the other tunnel entrance was that the meenlocks had used when they had taken Linan.
So I'm gonna look at the mages.
Mm-hmm.
See them bringing us by here.
And hang on, make sure I'm talking about the right one here. Ashaman, who's the human mage, the human wizard, just says, "No, we were brought down here by these two, and then the other two joined, and we haven't seen anyone else." They came in, and she points up towards the north entrance that you guys had come in.
So basically, back the way we came.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd mentioned there was
They did not come in through the poop chute.
do we
No.
hear any more screaming or yelling going on?
No, you don't hear.
Okay.
Well, do a perception check, I'd say. I mean, you're not hearing anything
Okay.
obvious. Your passive perception isn't bringing.
Nope, that's an 11.
I got double what clues.
22. You stop and you listen. Like you probably do. I imagine as a monk, it's kind of like where you slow your breathing and you just try to focus on that one sense. And even with it being very muffled in here, you don't really hear much of anything else. It seems very still.
Is there any direction that we're underground, obviously? Do we see anyone that is going particularly more downhill?
Yeah, the poop chute goes down.
I don't want to go there.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
I'm gonna look at Tobrin.
Yeah.
Say, these two need help getting out.
He says, "I'm on it," and he like kind of helps them. He's able to help Ashaman out as best as he can, but the Dragonborn, it's kind of like he looks and he's like, and he like tries to help, but he realizes, but there's only so much you can do to drag out
a little bit more.
Yeah, no, but he's just like, they're still weak, but he's like, he starts helping them out. He starts walking them north, back out the way from
the moment they're taken care of.
Yeah.
Back to the.
Okay. So you're back in that room. You see the strange stonework, and then there's the two paths that branch out, one to the southeast, one to the southwest.
I'm gonna follow behind him.
Mm-hmm. Likewise.
I want
to. Give me your. I guess this would be perception or investigation, but you'd have the advantage of having the stone sense. How do you think Korben would go about this? I'm kind of curious. I think that might determine which one it would be.
First thing you do is see if it is.
So that would be the perception check.
Are there any markings? Like, does it look like
I
it's
figured
just
that would get into-
stonework?
That's where we're getting to. Yeah.
So let's do the
So
perception
you could do.
check first.
So Dren, you could do the same thing if you would like.
Okay. Yeah, I'll perception my way into that, baby. 16.
Okay.
I got a 20
Yeah.
natural.
Nothing about it is natural.
What?
That's no moon.
There's no- It is as unnatural a 20 as there could possibly be.
15 plus 5.
Yeah. So yeah, both of you, it does look of elven make, but not modern elvish. Ancient.
But if
yes.
there's words.
There's just more like just from the stonework itself, and
Just
there's
it
like
looks- okay.
little tiny bits of calligraphy. You can see nothing that you could put together to form a full word because it's all like caved in and collapsed.
It's
but-
broken. Okay.
But the script itself is recognizable as Elvish, but it's one of those things like, oh, it's like a form of Elvish that
It's some form of Elvish. I can't read it.
no, but it's like there's not enough there to put together more than like a letter here or there.
Right.
It's also an ancient form.
Yeah, so it's like you could recognize, oh, that's for lack of a
Oh, that's the root of word for mother.
yeah, it's something like that, or
Yeah.
it looks like that. Looks
Yeah.
like the word mother, but it has something else on it that I haven't seen before, and so yeah.
I make a note to
Research.
No, this is going to sound really, really bad, but I make a note to ask on a date down here if she ever wants to come on a
Okay.
research date.
Okay.
Not an actual date, but
No,
a
more like a
research
play
I was
date.
gonna say, hey, you want to go grab some food, go down to these death tunnels that smell like shit.
Something she might find interesting.
It was either that or White Castle.
And it's got to be more interesting than Oberon.
Who wants burgers?
What?
I didn't say anything.
Anyway,
Anywho,
so then I just point at, I do like the, like finger guns?
yeah.
I do that and I point at the two tunnels
Mm-hmm.
as if I'm just saying pick one.
Okay, well, ready?
I have a
Tell
coin.
me.
for this.
I have a question.
Odds on the
We have-
left, evens on the right.
Oh, hang on.
We are going left.
Are these walls also covered in lichen?
They are. But Thunuk, give me a perception check, or give me a nature check, actually.
14.
You notice there's a subtle change in the lichen, and that it doesn't seem to be flourishing quite as good as it was a few minutes ago.
As in, this is a sudden change, or just this lichen is not flourishing as well as the other lichen?
No, if you look around, it's kind of like universal. Like this lichen is not
Happy.
not doing not
well
this.
likened.
Hmm?
So there's
It's not
well
liking it.
likened.
They're not liking it. Ba-da-cha. So, and then Hugon, did you say you had a question?
I didn't. I was just gonna flip for it, but if somebody else is making the decision, that's fine.
Thunuk's going to ask the lichen if they saw some prisoners be taken down this way.
The lichen makes a joke about your mother.
Everything's rude here.
Wow.
And we just see him getting frustrated.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's suggested that your mother had an inappropriate relationship with a trout.
Nice.
Amazing.
Oh,
Wow.
take it as
Yes.
Hugon is pretty pleased with this boop shield.
barrier.
Boop barrier. Excuse me.
The boop
barrier.
barrier.
Gotta get the alliteration in.
No, the boop shield would keep you from getting booped.
Right. The boop,
A boop barrier creates a barrier for you.
Facilitates the boot.
It facilitates booping.
Yes.
But yeah,
So-
Dren's
he's
just
pretty
gonna
pleased
start-
with Dren at the moment.
Running.
Just southeast or southwest?
Dren Dren and Razi starting to go to the left.
All right, so I like that, and I.
So wait, okay. By your reckoning, then that would be towards the southeast.
No, if you're
Sure.
facing the two of them, and the southwest would be the left. If you're facing, we can't see where.
Come
can't
up,
see
come
you.
up a little bit. So if we're going
Are we in that
left,
one?
we're going to the
The
one.
Southeast.
outside far chamber.
Yeah,
The
outside.
outside.
We're facing
Yeah.
left.
This
and
one,
That
this
one.
one
That
here.
one.
The one
Yep.
that you're
That one.
The skinny
Okay.
one.
Okay. So, so you make your way down this corridor, and it comes out to another node, and that node, one has a tunnel that's going up, and you can see daylight out of that one. That looks as best as you're
Oh,
reckoning.
like where they came up from?
Yeah, from where Linan was taken
Okay.
down. And then there's another.
Okay.
So you came in to this nodule from the north, and there's another tunnel leading to the west. So you guys
I'm
are.
making
I want to
marks
look around and I want to see.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to look around and I want to see if there's any footprints or anything leading any particular direction.
Do a. I guess that would be a survival check, right, for doing tracking type things.
I'm marking.
Right.
Okay.
That's a 11.
You're able to tell that there's tracks from the meenlocks, but there's no. It's tough to discern with that. With you can't really tell a specific direction from
Well,
that.
from the looks of what you just showed us, it seems like there was only the one entrance or
Yeah.
the one, like another way to
You
go.
do
So I'll
see
just keep walking.
You do see meenlock blood, however, in on the ground. Some drops of like that dark black ichor.
Weird.
That they-
So she might have been fighting him. Okay.
Is it,
Yeah, I
it's
want
not
to.
dripping off of me, is it?
No,
Okay.
no. This is in addition to
Okay.
I
that.
check my pouch, make sure my vial isn't dripping. So I'm gonna keep continuing on our path then.
Is it
Okay.
fresh? Is it still wet?
Little bit, yeah.
Okay.
What's up, Bob?
Okay.
You're
You're muted.
muted.
You're muted. Can't hear.
Hello.
We can't hear you.
Oh,
Yes,
there we go,
now
there
we
we
can
go.
hear you.
I said I think back and take the.
Well,
his
from
mouth.
your reckoning,
The tunnels link.
Yes, but they are expecting people down after.
oh, so you're saying circle back around.
Circle back around and flank them.
Okay.
Uh,
It makes sense.
Alright, so you go back. They're gonna expect us to.
I'm fine with it.
How do we know the other
Except
way?
we made all the noise on that end, and now we're coming from this end.
We've made so much noise that I don't think any more noise or less noise is going to really make a difference.
In that case, I'm just gonna stealth.
Okay.
All right, so you're just gonna go directly
You
down,
still
or
have-
are
you
you gonna
still
flank
have
around?
No, I'm up on the roof,
Yeah, he's
Okay.
up on the ceiling. He has Spidey
I'm
sense for
scouting.
an hour.
scouting.
Yeah.
Scouting. So you move quietly along the ceiling into this other chamber,
Not into the chamber,
but like
to the lip of the chamber.
so you can kind of
in the
peek in there, and there you see like a collection of various trinkets. It looks like shredded clothes from maybe previous victims and like whatever material items they had with them, worldly items they had with them at the time. You do see a meenlock there. However, this meenlock is dead. And next to this meenlock, you see Linan Swift laying kind of like up against the wall, black bloody dagger in her hand. And she's not looking good at all, though. She looks like she's barely holding on.
I knew I liked her.
chamber. off. Fill the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Cast healing word on her.
Okay. Don't ask how he was doing this with his hands and hanging onto the roof at the same time.
It only has a verbal component.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's...
That's why it's called healing word.
It's not healing pat.
Well, there's lay on hands.
Gain 7.
Nice.
Nice. So,
if she's a person, that's full health.
yeah, so she like almost it's almost like you immersed her in ice water. Because there's like this shudder, as like things knit and like wounds heal, and she like this deep, sharp
see me?
breath. No, she's like looking around, but she's not thinking to look up to.
Also, it's pitch black.
Yeah, it is. And
Yeah,
she immediately gets the
Rosie and I
knife in
haven't
front of her
watched
again, and
it
she's
yet.
like, because it's pretty dark in here, and she doesn't have night vision, so she's like sitting there like just kind of like,
Alright, so I'm gonna pull a golem
oh god.
and like climb down the
No.
wall behind her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Precious.
and I'm gonna brace myself for the attack. Right? I'm
Yeah.
gonna go like defensive,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna.
Does she panic?
Does a 15 hit?
No.
Because as soon as like the whisper, it's like the knife like just
I'll just say like I grabbed her wrist.
yeah. So you're like, and she says, "Where's Archer? Where's Tadell?"
I'm at this point. If I heard Korben's music, you're gonna start to see the glow of Rosie down the hallway and me.
That go-
And she like gets herself up, and she like kind of like stumbles. And so Drenmai, as you're coming down this hallway, you see Linan like skittishly coming down this hallway with this, again, just blood is just dripping off of this dagger. She is up to her elbows in black ichor, like it's like smeared on her face, and she comes like stumbling through the hallway to you.
And she sees Hugon, who is just dipped in crude oil with the stuff.
It's like ink.
He's like anointed by his whole
Yeah, I
body.
just see like, and all it's missing is like just like in the eyes, like this smear along the eyes where
Yes.
there's nothing, where there's that's the only part like of like Hugon's eyes, but everything else is just like caked in like
Mhm.
this rapidly drying like, ugh.
little chunks of carapace on.
Gross.
Thunuk, Thunuk's got some like
Gross.
carapace stuck to the back of his hand from where he shillelaghly.
And here I'm just like, see, distant fighter.
Now, are there any other?
But mind you, Drenmai is still covered head to toe with jelly
I'm
donut.
covered in dirt.
Oh god,
donut.
jelly donut. Oh,
Are there any
That's-
other
Have-
exits?
There is one south exit that leads down. You can see it kind of curves around to the southeast.
Do I think after a smell check, this two lead?
Do your smell check.
Do I get advantage?
Because you know what you're
I-
smelling for.
You know what it smells like already.
Yeah, you've identified meenlock poop before.
Yeah, Hugon's
what
covered
a
in it.
world we live in.
Yeah, I'm covered in this stuff.
Perception. That
It is fainter in this direction, but you do feel like this would eventually get you to the same place. Yes.
Okay. And we got everyone at this point, right?
Yeah.
Everyone
got
that we
taken.
know
but
about.
we need to clear this hole.
Yeah, we need to clear
Otherwise,
it.
it stays here.
No, I'm fine. I'm gonna tell her, be like, just stay with
No.
Hugon and Thunuk.
No.
We
Get
we
out
have
of
no
the
one to
hole.
send back with her.
Get out of the hole.
So we're
By
going
now,
back
the
with them.
guards will be up top.
That very last room we came from was an exit.
Yeah, that last
That
room
is
was the
true.
tunnel up. Yeah, it's the tunnel where they brought her down.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
literally
so then
show her the hole.
I'll tell her. Literally, yeah, I'll tell her. Just go down this one. The hole is up. You'll see the light. That's out. Go.
In a moment of perfect framing, you've gone from "get the fuck in the hole" to "get the fuck out of the hole."
Yes, pretty much.
These things have a nice symmetry to them usually.
I think. Let's see here.
She doesn't have dark vision, so I'm gonna have so we can keep continuing on. And Korben and I have dark vision. I'm gonna have Rozzy escort her to said hole,
Okay.
and then just come back.
And I'm going to Hugon will go with her to make just to the edge of the hole, and so
Okay.
The edge of the
And
hole's
also-
like 20 feet.
yeah, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not that
just
far.
go back.
leading her swiftly by the arm, and
I'm gonna
go.
reassume Peter Parker situation,
Mhm.
and just
Yeah.
down toward.
Ugh.
Okay. So
Down.
Drenmai.
Sure that there's no-
Loophole.
Okay,
down.
so let's get this all organized here. So Hugon, you're walking Linan out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Korben, you're starting to go down what you think might be the poop chute. The
No. I'm not going down the poop chute. I'm going down toward contain the poop.
yes, exactly. Yes.
I am not
So
climbing
you're
up the statue's butthole.
no. So you are going down this. You're
Also,
You're
I'm,
six.
I'm stealthing down.
yeah, you're stealthing down on the ceiling. Thunuk, what are you doing here?
I am feeling confident that, or Thunuk is feeling okay with the fact that she is being escorted out
Mhm.
by Hugon. So he's going to follow a distance away behind Korben.
Okay. So Hugon, you help out. You kind of do like the whole like when the SWAT team is there rescuing a hostage out of the situation.
It's like hand on the back, like right
Yeah, so
between
that
the
way-
shoulder blades.
keeping her moving. She's moving along with you. You as you surface here, you see Dryathan, the one centaur, and he's actually looked like he's taken like kind of rudimentary command of the watch
Mhm.
of the town watch of the guards, and he has them set up like guarding the area. And you come up and you're like friendly. It's like like flash thunder. One of
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
And you bring her up
Sign,
and
countersign.
yeah, and you like help her up, and the guards come around. They help get her out of there. So you're going right back
They
down.
put a blanket around.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they would because that's what you do.
And like so,
I'm
to
clearly in
picture
shock.
this,
I have a blanket.
Linnea is partially covered in black goo and
Yeah.
still wielding a dagger, and Hugon is anointed in the shit
hmm
and is like
He
looking
looks
up like
happier than a pig in shit.
yeah he looks pretty pleased with himself.
There's like you probably have that conflict, right? Of like, I don't like being here, but I like being here.
I don't know if at this point is it a conflict. I think
Now,
at this
in the
point,
moment, it's just like,
it's like
yeah.
mission accomplished.
Cool.
Now let's go kill some people.
So, Dren, as you make your way down this hallway here, you get to this room, and it is filled with shredded clothing and trinkets and all sorts of things that were, it looks like, from previous victims had been left over from their worldly possessions before whatever fate befell them happened.
I loot the shit out of it.
So we're gonna come back to
What do
that.
I find? Okay,
We're gonna come.
damn
We
it.
are gonna come back to that
What
because
shinies?
I just figured as soon as you get in there, you're just gonna start. Whoa, and just start.
It's like a treasure trove.
It's like that scene when they do the close up of the eyes when someone hits a little bit of a.
Ching!
It's called the treasure
Literal
trove.
treasure trove.
Treasure trove. Aha.
So I'm
It's
sorry.
like it's like the close up the eyes when, like in any movie where someone takes any sort of drug, like.
Yeah,
No, it's literally the dollar sign. Ching!
Oh yeah.
Ding!
it's like that Simpsons episode when they're in Japan and they see the anime and their pupils just
Yeah,
what?
it's full anime eyes. Full anime eyes on it.
Full on hypnotoad.
Sparkles.
Yeah, exactly. Full on Hypnotoad. So Korben, you're stealthing your way down this hallway. Thunuk, you're following at a distance. You work your way probably about 30, 40 feet down this gently curving tunnel. Thunuk, you notice that the lichen is still continuing to it looks like it's just flat out dying now.
Oh.
That whatever source of sustenance it was receiving is now gone. And so as you get to the lip of the next room, because I'm assuming, Korben, you're just going to stop as you get near, you see another room. It's about, again, these kind of, as best as you can figure, about 20 by 20, 15 by 20. It's a dugout room. And this looks like nesting material, but there does not appear to be anything alive in this room. You would say that this looks like it might have been some kind of like den.
But are there dead things?
There are some. It looks like bones of human bones. You can do a perception check. You'd have to look. This one you have to dig around a little bit.
I can just kind of hang off the.
Yeah. But no, but I'm saying it's like nesting material. So there could be like things like buried under.
I can like use my staff.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, kind of like.
The idea is like hang off the roof with my feet and you.
And just like kind of poke around in there.
Yeah.
Like,
He basically wants to take full advantage of spider climb as long as he can.
Fucking Spider-Man!
Who wouldn't?
Uh-huh.
I can do whatever a spider can.
Except you can't spin a web any size.
I have 50 feet of rope.
And I have prestidigitation, so
Not anymore, I have light because I
That's
fucked
right.
up last time.
He
Anyway.
replaced it.
So yeah, give us a perception.
So that would be 20.
Yeah, I mean you're poking around. There's bones of like look like they've been gnawed on.
Like if there's any.
Not really in this room. No, this looks like this was used for
Even, like,
sleeping.
Even like little bits of shed carapace.
Not that you're finding. No, this is just like they slept here and they may have dined here.
Midnight snacks.
Yeah, they got takeout.
They got the munchies.
They got some curry takeout. Some carry away.
There's this moment where I don't find anything.
Yeah.
And if we're imagining the TV show again, going from Bubble.
Yeah.
Little Korben appears on his shoulder, wings, and a devil horn, and the whispering things in his ears. And gets this smile on his. Starts making his way back to the.
Okay, so we're back in there, and Hugon, you would have made your way there as well. So
You see Dred just like swimming and stuff.
just let's see what happened in here. Let me let's see. So you're able to find Drenmai. You're able to find like this almost like blood orange looking gem. That's probably
Yes.
yeah. That you would say is probably worth about 50 gold.
Oh, I don't care. That's a keeper.
But it is nice and shiny. You're able to find about 10 pieces of gold in there. You're able to find probably about 20 pieces of copper.
Okay.
You're able to find a piece of topaz. That you'd probably say is probably that's a pretty big chunk. It's probably about the size of a human's fist. You find this old stone tablet that has some carving in there. But it's not shiny. So
that's okay. It's got interest stuff on it, so
yeah. But then and there's like assorted like leather pouches and things like that if you wanted belt buckles, things like that.
No, all that's gonna go in my pouch of holding. The only thing that I would specifically be looking for would be the shiny stuff, gems, gold, any mechanical things.
No, nothing that's mechanical yet.
Okay.
It's an appropriate delineation considering who we're speaking to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is only a matter of time before that happens. So Hugon, you come into the room and you can see that she's just completely like in the zone, just rooting through everything.
Is Korben around?
I would probably become.
On the ceiling.
Yeah, it comes crawling back in on the ceiling.
I'll jump down.
And yeah, you guys again. You see all the. You see like all. She's like sitting there. So like here's Drenmai. She's like rooting through stuff, and she's like pocketing things, putting things into the horde's purse. You know.
I 100% don't notice anyone else in the room.
Yeah, and then you see like there's like, she finds like the stone tablet, and she just and throws that aside, and then keeps on.
Oh no! I kept the stone tablet.
Oh, you
stone
did
tablet
keep the
went
stone
in the
tablet.
pouch.
Oh,
I
okay.
did.
Okay.
Yeah, the writing gets her too.
Ah, she's a literary.
Yes, because it may contain information.
So, is there anything else you guys were looking to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, on my way back. Okay. I have gone my pouches and extracted very simple, almost like a cog.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Jump down off the over the. Hey, Red.
Ah!
I under the wood. Found this in the nest. Thought you might. See if you can figure out what it's for. No, it's just a cog. There's nothing like to spin it on.
Just the cog. Okay.
I don't know why things like have.
Well, that's interesting. Just a random cog.
Does it like explode? Is that what we're waiting on? Is this a practical joke?
No, he just handed me a cog.
Okay.
Handed her.
Okay. All right. I was.
So you're saying you put your cog in her hand?
Yes.
Boy.
She's handling the cog.
Yep.
I gotta add a phrase for that.
Filthy, filthy cog.
Korben's cog.
Korben's cog.
Thunuk's going to point out that we still haven't been down that one way that we saw when we came here.
Well, when Korben went down that direction,
there was the T.
There was a T intersection at the very beginning.
Yeah. Your cartography skills are kind of giving you an idea of where you were. So you figured, yeah, there could be other things down there, but you have a good idea of what the layout of this place probably is. Between that and between Tobin's directions that he's able to give you, he was just kind of describing things that he had seen on his way down. So between all of your adventures, you were able to figure out almost the totality of the thing.
Hive. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So
Okay, so which room are we in right now?
You guys.
What number?
You're in room 6.
Or 6 or 7.
That's where you found that little treasure trove situation.
Okay. So then basically we only have one way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Korben made all the way down to room 8. Korben had already scouted all the way down to room 8. That's where that den is.
Okay.
9 is the poop.
Mm-hmm. Or 4. That's a 4 in my
4.
chicken scratch.
We have not been to room 1 or 4.
We need to go.
I want to go to.
It is. That
We
is
want to
true.
go to 1.
Well, right, but we got to go through 4 to get to 1.
Unless you
we
want to backtrack all the way,
backtrack.
which I'm too lazy to do.
God.
Doesn't matter to me either way.
You're already covered in shit. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't get any worse. It's not my blood.
I
Alright,
can't
let's
get
go.
any worse.
I just start
I
Peter Parker and back to.
Okay, so you're working your way back around. You go through all.
No,
The
everyone seems to be going through. So,
they want to go. Are you going the same direction as them, or are you just going to say, okay, you're going to go down there, but
like, team consensus. Are we going via the poop? Going around.
Thunuk's had his bath for the month.
Was that a no? We are not
It-
going around.
Thunuk's going around. He's had his bath for the month. He's not going that way.
Oh,
All right, it
that's
doesn't
true.
matter
He
to me.
already bathed.
So that's fine. Around we go.
around you go. So you make your way around. You work your way back to where you guys first came in. You start heading south, and what you do is you can see this. The room widens, but it turns into like this very steep shoot of like loose schist and detritus. Not. I didn't get what the.
I don't care.
He's walking on the ceiling. He's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still Spider-Man.
So, but you can see this. The smell is getting thicker. So you're definitely heading closer and closer
Got
to.
poop adjacent right now.
Yes, you're so you're not at the poop chute. You're more like at the taint of this particular dungeon.
We're in the gooch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right in the Grundle region. But you can see it's really steep, and it's like a lot of loose rock and detritus and all that. So it would definitely be difficult to work your way down this. Not Korben, because Korben's on the ceiling. He's Spider-Man.
Pete.
Well, I mean, the hall is still fairly tight for Thunuk. He's basically just gonna
Brace himself on the wall.
brace himself on the wall.
So you're gonna try working your way down?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I can just walk down and find.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I'm gonna
I
do
gave
that.
him Spider-Man powers for a reason.
I will stealth down and see what's in room.
No, I'm saying you guys, when you guys get to room 1, that's that chute. That's the chute of detritus that like leads down.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
So we're in
Room
room.
4.
Oh, so there's just nothing in here.
Oh, so when you went to, no, I'm sorry. You guys said you went around, or did you guys go straight down to the?
We went around.
We
went around.
I was
backtracked.
under the impression from your.
It is.
So
And then
what's in room 1?
So you guys went to room 1.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's what they were
We
saying.
went back around and went to.
We were at 6.
Yeah, and room 1
We
is
went-
this.
So
Chute.
it's a shoot down to the poop.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a
This is
shoots
where
and
they
ladder
come to.
scenario.
This is where they come to put it into the.
Probably.
Yeah, that's not a bad assessment of the situation. Yeah.
It is the lavatory.
Yeah, so I want to go back to that tunnel west that we passed by then, if this is literally just shit land.
The one you came in.
It is the closest one.
7?
7. Well, that's on the opposite end. You're right. You guys are right by the entrance where you guys came in.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
been
well-
to every room but where they poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now listen, if you really want to get the full meenlock experience, you could try to find your way down to where they poop, so you can say, "Listen, I've seen it." It's kind of like New York City. You know, you can say,
Thunuk-
"Well, I've seen it."
Thunuk
I'm
is a
okay
nature
with not.
cleric, but not. It's okay. He doesn't feel the need
If
to be that involved with
Spider-Man-
nature.
Yeah, if Spider-Man wants to stealth down to poop land, I'm fine. I am small. I will likely be
I will point out
literally
that Rozzy can.
head deep in
fly.
shit.
You just send
Do you-
Rozzy down to.
That's a good point. And Rozzy does
Okay.
not have a sense of smell because it's mechanical.
No, I will just make sure that he doesn't use his fire, because knowing our luck, there's methane and we will all die. So
He is still glowing.
I'm going to. he can glow. We have dark vision. We're fine.
Mhm.
So I'm going to tell Rozzy then. will you just go down this tunnel and tell me if you see anything? Do not set anything on fire. And I'm
If
gonna
you
send
get
him off.
in trouble, hey,
Yeah, just fly back.
So Razi, like kind of flits down the thing
he
here,
flitters.
and it's quiet for a minute, and then Razi comes flying back up, covered in shit, lands on your shoulder,
on the ground.
and Razi has things to say to you. Razi has specific opinions about what you just made him do.
We're gonna walk out the tunnel as he's yelling in my ear.
Yeah, he's just and he's got a lot of.
I'm not even translating to the rest.
No,
of them.
you probably shouldn't.
We're walking.
But you're the one that told him to do it, and he's very specifically mad at you. And as he's doing it, he's like flapping a wing and like kind of like trying to work like some of like the crap in there out. There's like stuff. It's like, and he's like, it's coming out of places that he didn't even know he had, and just
it's splattering on my face.
It is, and it's mixing with the jelly donut that got stuck on your face, and now you've got poop jelly donut. So, so you emerge from the tunnel, and the guard is rallied under the command of Cloafin and Dryafin. They're keeping the townspeople out of the main square. You can see Linan is huddled around. They built like a makeshift fire, like right by the main statue, and they're having her warm up in front of it. And she's they've tried to clean her up a little bit, but she can see she's kind of got that 1,000-yard stare. Tadel is over with her, and the rest of her family is right there with her, and they're kind of like comforting her and consoling her. And as you guys emerge out of the tunnel, one by one. I mean, just Korben, you're covered in dirt from climbing. Well, you got all the from being on the ceiling.
My hands are covered in dirt.
Yeah, well, you gotten some on your face. I mean, you're not caked in it. You're not caked in it, but you could tell you've been underground.
I've got the hood up, so you can't really see.
Yeah, but there's dirt.
Oh yeah.
It was a good day.
Bits and bits.
Yeah. And then Thunuk, you've got it's all caked in your shoulder. I mean, your shoulders are just like, brown.
I'm doing the whole thing with the hair, like getting it all out.
But it's like, it's not even better. It's kind of just like, you've got like, bedhead going on there. And Dren's coming out as clean as a whistle outside of whatever the shit's on her face, quite literally. She wasn't near any of the blood explosions, and the only thing she had jelly donut, and then Razi's shaking poop.
I would like to stealthily Micah's back as we're walking.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you're doing that, but she's too looking at the shiny, so she doesn't even notice. She's got the shinies.
Yeah. And I'm still being yelled at by a mechanical dragon.
And you're dragging this giant tablet with you. It's kind of like, almost as big as you, and dragging this thing out. And Hugon, you come out and just covered in gore. I mean, just
I'm having an image of the last scene of the first Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Where they all come out covered in marshmallow.
Yeah.
And then there's just Venkman that's just got like one blob like right here.
Yeah. Yep. That's kind of the scene here. And as you come out, there's like this slow clap, just this, as the townspeople start cheering, as you guys come out of the meenlock hive. And that is where we're gonna. I'm sorry.
I want to give us a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I walk over, sit next to the woman rescue, and I look at her and I go.
And that is where we're going to end our episode for this evening.
That's the mom who didn't want the kids to learn how to fight.
Yep.
No, that's the mom who did want
her children to learn how
to
to
fight. The dad
was the father. That's
the dad
right.
was like, I don't think this is a good idea. We don't. Yeah.
So
I have opinions. Well, they're shit opinions.
So that is our game for this evening. Thank you, everyone who came along for this part of our adventure. I hope we had some new folks come in. For the folks listening on the podcast, thank you very much for downloading our podcast and listening. We appreciate that wholeheartedly. We will be back next Sunday with an all new, not necessarily cleaner episode of Team X. So thank you all very much for tuning in. I know some of us have to jet for Table Talk. Are some of you guys sticking around?
We're not going to stick around for Table Talk.
All right, so no Table Talk tonight, but make sure you follow us on Twitter at EatDrinkRoll. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, where you can learn about all the different cool events that we're doing. We stream throughout the week. Our schedule is up on the Twitch page when we are not live, and we will likely be seeing some of you on some of the other streams.
Bye.
Bye.
Credits go.
Deep within the core of the forest can be heard, and hear a spirit song sealed from long before.